What's going on, everybody? Today we got to talk about SHIBA INU because SHIB has been doing big numbers, and it's very important because everybody wants to buy in right now. Everybody. I'm hearing people that don't know about crypto or know anything about crypto talking about crypto. This is very important, and these times are the times that you want to listen up clearly. But anyways, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. But we're just gonna have a discussion here because the crypto market is getting crazy. So let's just kind of talk about this because look at this. First things first, we are up 68% in the last 24 hours. Now it's down to 65%, but we were up 100% for the last 24 hours inside Sheep. Sheep almost pretty much reached half of its all-time high. Its all-time high was at 4Z. When I say 4Z, I mean 4 zeros after the decimal place. So that's how I'm going to say it throughout the video. So Sheep was at 4Z 8616 at its all-time high. Currently, Sheep reached all the way up to 4Z45. So Sheep was at half of its all-time high. All Sheep would need is 100% gains after where we reached to get to the all-time high. So when we reached these peaks here earlier today, all we would need is 100% to get back to the all-time highs. That's very, 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 very important because that would make Sheep a 50 billion market cap coin. The problem is when you get so high inside of market cap, you only have so much potential to go up. Now we could go from 50 billion market cap once we get to our all-time high, because that's how much it'll be. And just to kind of show you guys that I'm not just talking out of my rear end, like watch this. Like I just want to kind of show you guys, like this is, it's semi-accurate. Like it's not going to be 100% on point, but it's pretty accurate. So you just take the all-time high and multiply it by the circulating supply. Remember, we burned a lot of coins since the previous bull market, so it's going to be a little bit different. But still, 50.7 billion in market cap. 50.7 billion in market cap at our all-time high. So when we get back up to 4Z44 or 4Z45, we have 100% to go to get up to 50 billion market cap, because it's going to go from 25 billion market cap to 50 billion market cap. Now, the reason why this is so important is because you can only go up but so high after that. Now, the next 100% that you get in SHIB would have to be another 50 billion. So it would have to go up to 100 billion market cap. So once we get up to that all-time high, in order to see another 100%, we need another $50 billion. And that's very important because once it starts moving slower like that, that's when you get the pullbacks, because people see that their gains aren't as prevalent as they were once before. So what tends to happen is that's when people start to sell out. So personally, I'm of the notion that once we start to rise up a little bit more, like how we did before, we rose up to 4Z45, that's when you start to pull back, because now the gains are slowing down. So once we get up to the all-time high, the previous all-time high, that's when the gains will start to slow down. It'll slowly but surely get up to that 100 billion market cap, but there's going to be a cap there, right? This next bull market, maybe SHIB can do 100 billion, maybe 120 billion, but I don't really see SHIB getting all the way up to like 300 billion market cap during the bull market. Maybe at the most like a 200 billion market cap. But even at that, that's still, like, if you do the math from where we are now, looking at 200 billion market cap right here divided by our 22 billion that we're at right now. So that will bring us to a 8.79x. So if SHIB got to 200 billion market cap during this bull run, it would be at 8.79x. If you put $1,000 into SHIB right now, that would turn to $8,700. So, and 10,000 would be 87,000, 100,000, 879,000. So those would be the numbers that we would be seeing with SHIB if it got to 200 billion market cap. Now, modestly, I'm gonna say SHIB 100. Well, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even want to give like a modest prediction, because you've seen what we did in the last 30 days in SHIB. You've seen what SHIB did. So SHIB could do 200 billion in market cap if this bull run. I know it sounds crazy to say. I was gonna say 120 billion at most, but just seeing all these percentages. But see, the thing is, once SHIB gets to its all-time high, these percentages are gonna slow down massively, because it's gonna take another $50 billion just to see 100%. Whereas now, It doesn't take that much. It takes 10 billion. But the thing is also, if you look at SHIB, 15.4 billion in 24-hour trading volume. That is absolutely insane, considering it only has 22.7 billion market cap. That means almost all of the money inside of SHIB is being traded actively. That is significant, and that is why I believe that SHIB could quite possibly do a 200 billion market cap inside this next bull run. Now, let's calculate where SHIB would be at if it did that. All right, let's just calculate where it would be at. Now, let's take SHIB. All right, let's take the current price. Well, we don't really have to take the current price, but I just kind of want to show you guys like this is accurate, like just to kind of show you that the math is correct. You would just multiply that by the circulating supply, and you would get the current market cap, 21.7 billion. Currently, CoinGecko isn't updated right now. It says 22.7 billion, so it's 1 billion off. Right, not a big deal. So, what we're gonna do now is take our circulating supply, right? And then we're going to multiply that first by 3Z1. We're going to put 3 zeros. That would bring SHIB to a $58 billion market cap. The next thing that we want to do is take the same circulating supply, 3Z2, 117 billion to get to 0.0002, 3Z2, 3 zeros and a 2. All right, 117 billion. It's possible, but where would we have to go to get all the way up to 120 billion in market cap? So let's take the circulating supply again, and let's try 3Z5. That's 294 billion. So now we got to pull it back just a little bit. So now we're going to look at 3Z35, 206 billion. Boom. So SHIB at $206 billion market cap would be at 0.00035. Now, you could also take your $1,000. Let's say you had $10,000 and you put it inside a SHIB at current prices, 37.17. You'd be at 269 million SHIB multiplied by 3Z35. That would give you $94,000 off of your $10,000. Now, this is why I titled the video the way it is now. SHIBA INU is pumping, that's cool. We did our little price prediction there. That's a cool price prediction. I think it's good. But you got to remember FOMO, fear of missing out. Everybody's got FOMO right now. Everybody's got FOMO. I'm seeing a bunch of people who never talk about crypto talk about crypto. Once you see that happening, that's when you want to be, wary of what's going on. Like once you see like the normies coming into the market, when the normies come in the market, like that's why the market's going up, because normies are throwing their money in there. So what are the whales going to do once the normies all get their money in there and they're, safely positioned? And then the price is stabilized because the normies don't have any more money to put in. Well, that's when the top whales that bought all the way at the bottom start selling. So the whales that bought SHIB all the way down here, they're going to start selling on all the normies that bought all the way up here. Because the problem is this, like when you're a millionaire, let's say you have $1 million to your name, right? And let's say you're like, you know what? I have $1 million. I really don't care about 100,000. It's just $100,000. Well, let's say you have 10 million. All right, let's say you have 10 million and you just want to like mess around with 100K because, it's kind of crazy if you think about $1 million and you're losing 10% of your wealth. But let's say you have $100,000 and you get in at 5Z690 and you have $10 million to your name. You're just going to take 1% of your money and you're just going to play around inside SHIB, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then all the way down there was 6, 9. So you would have gotten a bunch of SHIB, 14.4 billion SHIB to be exact. Now, SHIB's price right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 7, 5, 3. This is what these people are seeing. These are the type of gains that they're seeing. They rode SHIB from 100K all the way up to $543,000. All right. They're making a lot of money on SHIB. They're making a lot of money. So when they see these gains, those same people are going to start selling. Now let's take this to a macro. Let's say they had $1 million in SHIB. Now they have $5.4 million. Let's say they have $10 million in SHIB. Now they have $54 million. Do you not think that those whales that bought at the bottom with play money are just going to just hold it? Like, no, they're going to sell it. They're gonna hop on a private jet, they're gonna go to some place, and they're gonna chill on the beach. So I truly believe like we're hitting those areas in the market where we're pulling back, and we already see it. Bitcoin just very briefly almost got to 69K, its all-time high. It almost hit its all-time high at 69K. But notice how Bitcoin is pulling back hard. Yeah. Well, it's not pulling back that hard. I mean, it went from 68K to 66K. That's not that hard, okay? All right, let me stop over exaggerating. It's not that hard. But Bitcoin's pulling back. So other cryptos are pulling back too. But another thing with Bitcoin, when it pulls back, the money flows into other cryptos. So then this could be spun a whole different way where more money goes into SHIB and SHIB just keeps pumping. But when it hits that peak, once it hits that all-time high again, they're going to take that money out and then they're going to put it back into Bitcoin once Bitcoin is bottomed out. And Bitcoin's bottom at this point will probably be like 50K. I don't think we're ever going to see 30K Bitcoin, right? It's possible, but I don't think we're going to see that. I think if Bitcoin has its dump, because everything that goes up must come down. So let's say Bitcoin goes down to like 50K. That money's flowing into stuff like SHIB, is meme coin season all the way. SHIB is going to get to its all-time high, all this other stuff, everything's going to be up. But, I'm just looking at the landscape of things, because if you look at it, these are crazy numbers. These are absolutely crazy numbers. If you also look over here, we've crossed out on top of the RSI. Typically when that happens, we sometimes have a pullback and sometimes we just have flat movements, because, that shows a loss inside of volume and a loss inside of momentum in the volume. So that's why when the RSI crossed and it went down here, we went sideways because we lost some volume, but the normies aren't selling. The volume went down, but the normies aren't selling. They're just not buying because they don't have any more money, right? And then new people come in the market, and then maybe some whales buy some more, and then it goes back up. And then the RSI goes up with it because the volume is going up. The same thing when you look back here, it goes down just a little bit as the RSI goes down because now you're having less volume. RSI goes back up because more volume comes back in, and boom. So I'm just showing you this to equate it to what's happening now. RSI is crossing, it's pulling back down. So we should see some sideways movement, or we could see a drop, and we're seeing that drop actually right now. But we had so much in gains, it doesn't matter that we're dropping a little bit in SHIB. It just doesn't matter. So much gains already came. So it's not going to pull back that much. It's going to pull back a little bit like it's doing now, and it's going to level out, and it's probably going to keep pumping. So that's what I'm looking at right now. But like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. But my price prediction for SHIB is 0.00035 for this bull market. And just to kind of bring things full circle here, all we got to do is take our circulating supply and multiply that. And mind you, that's if we don't burn anything, but we know we're always burning SHIB. So the market cap would actually be slightly lower. But, if we just multiply that by, 0.00035 by the circulating supply, we get 206 billion in market cap. So I think SHIB could quite possibly do that. If SHIB does that, we're probably going to see Doge doing something similar. But SHIB has been getting more gains than Doge. So I think SHIBA INU might actually become bigger than Doge, because SHIB has the whole Shibarium behind it, backing it up. If you look at Leash is doing insane numbers as well. 172% in the last 24 hours. Leash at $1,000. I think Leash is gonna hit like Bitcoin prices. So yeah, that's kind of crazy. So let's just take the circulating supply of Leash, right? And then we're going to multiply it by $60,000. Let's say it gets to 60,000. That's a $6.4 billion market cap. Leash is probably gonna hit $60,000. Let's just be right. Like let's just be real. 6.4 billion in market cap, like that's not that much for something as big as Leash, because it's tied to SHIB. So I think a $60,000 Leash could come inside of the future. So hey, I'm just being real here. But we are seeing massive drops. You see how that just now went from $1,000 all the way down to $892 in a matter of seconds? Yeah. A lot of things are going to happen. We're going to see a lot of ups and downs. But remember, you don't want that FOMO to get to you. So don't get FOMO. Don't get cold feet either. and try to stay out of the market, but also don't have FOMO to the point where you're just YOLOing all your money on SHIB when it's at the top. Like this isn't the complete top for SHIB, but this could be a top before the pullback and then another pump. Because look at this. When I see this, I run away. Now remember, SHIB did that, and then it went down, but then it came right back like almost a year later. So yeah, it was about 7 months later actually. She came right back and did even more movements. So remember, Sheep has done this before. So if we pull back, don't be alarmed. Sheep is gonna come back, and it's gonna come back stronger than ever. But yep, just letting you guys know, this is all I got for y'all today. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Definitely check out these automated trading indicators for Chart Prime, link in the description. Like every single time you see the charts turning pink like this with the indicators here for the momentum wave band, that means that we're about to have the bullish movement. And yep, if you would have just bought right there when it started to turn pink, you would have a lot of money. You would be up 3x, well, 380% pretty much. So it is what it is. But anyways, hit the like button and subscribe. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about this. And as always, I'll be back with another video.